Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Tried to do a different type of intro today. All right. Good morning if you're in the US on the East Coast, and good insert time of day here for wherever you're watching from. It is a beautiful day in the New York tri-state area. A little cold, but happy fall on this side of the globe. If you're new to this stream, hi, my name is Sarah. I'm a certified Pilates teacher and a creative technologist, and this is what this live stream series is about. So I have experience live streaming classes, teaching online, but I've always found that, and always kind of yearned for the experience to be different. Like I've always seen so much potential in these platforms that we're using right now and engaging with. And I always felt that there's got to be something we can try, or something there that we can play with in regards to our online fitness classes that we love so much. So that's what this series is about. I'm calling this the User Test Pilates series. This is in part of my graduate student studies, where I'm exploring online fitness and technology interventions and how they are interwoven together. But this is also just a passion project for me, because I love teaching on Twitch, I love teaching on YouTube, I love the ability to bring you Pilates wherever you are. And I want to make the online experience more engaging, more interesting, more fun for you as the participant. So with all that, what does this class look like? You're going to see a lot of different things pop up through class. These are all different tools that I'm experimenting with and playing with and trying. There will be a participation element to this class. You'll be able to vote and choose the future of the class, selecting different options, which is kind of exciting. I've also provided a couple different music options. My video is not mirrored. There we go. So I have curated, if you're into K-pop, I feel like I curate a mean K-pop playlist. So you can scan that QR code for some music if you'd like to listen to that during class, or just put on your own music. That works for me as well. Nonetheless, we're gonna flow through a classical Pilates class. We're gonna try some new things. And then at the end of class, I'm gonna leave some time, if you are able, to fill out a very short feedback survey so I can get your opinion and your thoughts on what we did. The survey shouldn't take more than 5 minutes, and I have tested this. It definitely does not. If you want to provide me more feedback, and if you're really interested in what this is and what I'm doing, there will be a second section if you wanted to add more feedback. That's all optional. Or you can reach out to me on social media and we can talk about it more. All right. With that, let's give everyone one more minute to set up. We are going to move through a classical Pilates mat class. If this is your first time, or if you're an advanced Pilates person, this is an open level class, and all of you will be able to benefit from it. My one disclaimer is finding our edge and challenging ourselves is one thing. Pain is a completely different thing. If you feel pain at any point, abort mission and either take a modification, as I will be providing modifications to simplify or advance, or take a pause and join us in the next exercise. Not all exercises are made for all bodies. I find that there are some Pilates moves that I just can't do, and that's okay. It's not a bad thing. So, and I find it depends on the day. Sometimes I'm feeling really strong. I can do the more advanced modifications, and then some days I wake up and it feels like I've never moved a day in my life. So meet your body where it's at, and it's a no judgment zone. Let's have some fun and let's move our bodies. All right, let's get started. We're going to begin lying down on our mat. Bend your knees, bring your feet down to the floor. Arms long by your side to start. Let's find inner hip width distance with the feet. So just finding your bony landmarks of your hips, following that line, and that's your inner hip width. It's a little different than maybe like finding the width of your silhouette, which is a little wider. So we're finding a little bit of a narrower stance here. Just take a moment here to take stock of where you are right now. Are you carrying tension in any particular areas? Are you favoring one side over the other? Just taking stock with no judgment, settling in. When you take your breaths in, where are they traveling? Do you find that your breath is really in your chest? Do you find that it's lower down your torso? And as we begin to tell the body that it's time for Pilates, let's start to find a little bit of centering here, one of our Pilates principles. If you're carrying tension in a particular area, begin to soften that tension and try to find an evenness throughout your body. If you're favoring one side over the other, start to find center a little more closely. As we begin to do that, let's begin with our breath this morning, at least for me. Let's start with our hands. You're going to take your hands 4 fingers to the front of your rib cage, thumbs to the back. Collarbones are nice and wide, no tension in the throat. Take an inhale and feel your ribs expand east to west into your hands. And then your exhale, play the accordion, hug towards midline and feel your fingertips draw closer together. Take an inhale, breathe east to west into your hands. Maybe try to get air into your thumbs this time. And then exhale, draw everything back in towards center. You have a rubber band around your rib cage and it's expanding and contracting equally. Let's take 2 more breaths like that. Finding that access into that center line of the body. We have a magnetic line right through our middle. And especially as we exhale, the side body hugs towards it, the front body draws towards the back body. Your last breath here. And then on this last exhale, reach your arms long by your side. Moving into our curl position, drop your tailbone into the mat. Keep your tailbone long towards the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up into your Pilates curl. Just the tips of your shoulder blades are tapping the mat. We hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. If your neck is starting to hurt, try and access your core muscles a little more. We want the initiation to come from that crease at the breastbone, not from the head lifting off of the mat. We lead with the abs, not with the head. Let's try that again. On your next exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. Check in with your lower back. Have you smushed your lower back into the mat? Is your pubic bone pointing up to the ceiling? If so, release your booty. Find a little bit of lift in your lower back. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Let's add on. Find your curl with your next exhale. From here, we reach the arms back behind us. Stay in your lift. Exhale, bring the arms back to float. Inhale, reach, frame your face. Exhale, draw it down. 2 more times. Find that stretch hold and bring it down. Last time, inhale, reach. We hold here for 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms, lower the head, rock your head side to side. From here, we lift our legs to a tabletop position, knees over hips, shins parallel to the mat. From here, we find our curl 1 more time. Now from here, flex your feet, long thigh bone. We reach the leg away, tap the floor with the heel, and bring it up. Switch legs, lengthen to lower, and lengthen to lift, our single leg march. If your neck begins to hurt, you can lower it down and continue that march, or bring your hands behind your head. Let's go 4, 3, 2, last time. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Hug your knees into your chest. Single leg, now we add on our double leg. So from here, we curl our head, neck, and shoulders up. We find our march position. From here, we alternate right leg taps and lift it up. Left leg taps, lift it up. Now can both legs lower, even just a little bit, and bring them up. As we move through this, we don't want to tweak the pelvis. The spine stays neutral. So especially as the legs draw away from us, we don't want the back to arch. And as the legs come in towards us, we don't want to tuck the pelvis and smush that lower back into the mat. Reach the legs away and scoop to lift. You have one more set here. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Lower down, rock your head side to side. All right, we move into our 100. If you've taken Pilates before, it's probably everyone's least favorite. Nobody looks forward to it. I've never met a single person that does. If you do, drop it in the comments. I would love to hear more. All right, so for our 100 position, you can work in that tabletop that we were working in before. You can lift the legs to the ceiling to get a little bit more openness in the legs. For more of a challenge, the lower the legs go, the more distal they go away from you, the harder this is. You can even go as low as floating an inch above the mat. That's your ultimate challenge. So you have options here. We begin as we have for this warm-up. You find your Pilates curl, float the arms by your hips. Lift your legs to your working level today and start to pump your arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zip the legs together. If your legs are straight, bring your heels together, toes apart in your Pilates stance. This is the cardio exercise of Pilates. We're getting the full body moving. We've got stretch, we've got stabilization, we've got dynamic movement, all in one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can bring your legs to any level as we progress through this. Whatever works for you today. Let's go 2. And exhale. Last time. And exhale. Hug your knees in. Rock your head side to side. Woohoo! One hand on top of each knee. Circle your knees away from each other. Give yourself a little stir in the hip joint. And then reverse your circle. Same number, different direction. We always want to make sure we're symmetrical. Recenter yourself on your mat. We set up for roll-up. Lengthening the legs long on the mat. Bring your arms long by your side to start. Let's take stock now that we're a little warm now. Feel that hug towards center here. From insides of the feet, up through the inner leg. Side body draws towards center like you have a corset on. Front of the ribs draw closer together. Nice, long, engaged center. From here, arms come up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Exhale, just find your Pilates curl here and hold. Now check in here. Reach your legs long on the mat. I don't care if they're bent a lot or bent a little. Find a lot of reach through that flexed foot. And then lower it down. That reach of the legs is going to be important as we begin to roll all the way up to seated. Take an inhale. Exhale, come through your curl, roll all the way up to seated. At the top, we lift up, inhale, exhale, dive forward. Now we don't just let this go. Draw your waist back as you reach your fingertips past your toes. You want to feel a lot of opposition here, pulling away, pulling to. Now we come back the way we came, maintaining a C-curve shape. Find a curve through the middle of your back, not from the slouch of the shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, we curl back up, roll up, find that C-curve shape. Lift up and over. So the waist draws back to create that C-curve. We don't slouch in the shoulders. There's a big difference between slouching and finding that waist drawing back in that C shape. Let's slowly take it down with control. Lower back, middle back, upper back, hit the mat in that order. 2 more times. If you'd like to challenge, bring the arms to frame your ears. Inhale to prep, exhale, roll on up. Dive forward. Enjoy the stretch here. Enjoy the lift and length, and slowly take it down. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Right away, exhale. Dive forward and take it all the way back down. Lower your arms all the way down to the mat. Bend your right knee into your chest. Give it a little hug. Left leg is long, foot is flexed. That same length from roll up stays in the standing leg. Imagine you're standing up. Press the imaginary floor away. Bring your hands behind your right thigh and just extend the leg to the ceiling. Doesn't have to go straight, doesn't have to look a particular way. Just find a stretch in the hamstring and bend it back in. 2 more times like that. And bring it in. Now we bring back the core. Extend the leg this time and hold. Pull the leg slightly closer to you, or a lot. And now activate your center. Reach the toes to the ceiling. Draw your waist down to the mat. And can you release your hands but not move your leg from that spot? Woohoo! Let's begin our single leg circle. Find a little external rotation so the toes point to 1 o'clock on the clock. You take your leg across the body, around in a circle, and bring it back up. Inhale across, around, exhale, lift up. The larger the circle, the more challenging. Last time in this direction. I know, we reverse the circle. Inhale, out, around, exhale, lift up. Relax the front of the throat. Lengthen through the fingertips. Last time. Bend that knee back into your chest. One final pull, and we switch to the other side. Grabbing underneath the left leg, find that length through the right leg. We split the legs and bend, bring it back in. Get some space in the back of the leg and bend, bring it in. Last time, lengthen and hold. Walk your hands up your leg or not and give it a little pull closer to you. This is my less flexible side. Now from here, keep your leg where it is, release your hands. Take your leg across the body, single leg circle, around and lift. Try not to let the hips do the mambo. If they're lifting up and moving around, stabilize through your side body. Use your breath. Exhale, hug the midline. And now reverse your circle. Out, around and up. Don't let the hips do the mambo. 2 more times. Last time. Bend the knee into your chest. Give it a pull. And then bring your right leg in. Hug it into your chest. Rock your head side to side. You've made it through your first bit of class, which means we have a fun participatory element. It's time to see where we go from here. So our next exercise is the ab series, aka the series of 5. Series of 5 exercises that are kind of quintessential Pilates method stuff that I think most people would associate these exercises with the Pilates method. So you get to choose. Do we want our ab series to be a little spicier? Do we want it to be a little stretchier? Now, disclaimer, there's always going to be a consistent level of challenge with this. So there's not necessarily an easier one or a harder one. Spicy means we're going to add a little bit more challenging elements, always optional. And stretchy is going to be a little less lay on the floor and stretch, and more about finding length and extension in the exercises, a little more reach, kind of like what we were talking about in roll-up. So I'll give everyone a couple more seconds here. What would we like to see? Spicy, stretchy, we still have to do the ab series no matter what. Is it a Pilates mat class without the ab series? I don't know. It's just so iconic. All right. The votes are coming in. Give everyone a couple more seconds here. I do love both. I don't have a particular favorite. You need a little bit of both at different times to spice up your class. All right. I think we're going to go with stretch. So we're going to go with stretch. All right, I like it. Exciting. So we're going to begin with our single leg stretch. Funny that we're going with stretch because that's the name of the next exercise. All right, single leg stretch. You're going to hug your knees into your chest. Hands are going to come to your right leg. From here, you're going to curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and extend your left leg long. The lower the leg goes, the more challenging this is. Now, I want you to find so much reach through these legs. How close can the thigh get to your chest? How long can that left leg get? Can it pop out of your hip socket? Find a lot of length here, and then see how that reach of the legs encourages you to curl up higher. Hold here. Now, with control, we switch. Really control that transition and find the same reach on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, slow motion change. Find that length and reach. Take an inhale. Exhale, slow-mo change. Stay lifted in your center. Slow motion change, lengthen, stretch, reach. And last time we find that one more stretch. Bring both legs in, lower your head down. This reach and single leg stretch is going to be kind of the theme for the rest of our ab series. So anytime we're doing the ab series and we're moving through those 5 exercises, that length through the legs is quintessential to deepening those exercises. So that's kind of why we start with single leg stretch in the first place. Everything is very mindfully curated in this system. From here, we move into our double leg stretch. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hug your knees into your chest. Find a lot of stretch and tightness here at the same time. Tight ball, but we're stretching the back of the legs a little bit. From here, reach your arms behind you, reach your legs away from you, hold. Reach them, stretch, and then circle everything back into that tight ball, hold. Open, reach. How long can the legs get? How long can the arms get? And circle it back in. 2 more times. It's a longer hold, but we want to find that reach. And bend, bring it in. Last time here, lengthen, long hold. And circle, bring it in, lower down. Scissors, right away. Legs come up to the ceiling. If they're a little bent, totally fine. If they're straight, also fine. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Grab behind your thigh, calf, or ankle, and lengthen one of your legs to 45 degrees. Lower for more of a challenge. More lifted for modification. I'm going to go really low today. From here, I want you to physically pull your leg towards you. Nice and slow. Pull, pull. Transition, slow, stretch, reach the legs away. Grab your leg, pull, pull, lengthen. As you pull the leg closer to you, can that other leg get further away? Slow transition as you reach the toes to the ceiling. Lengthen. 2 more times. Last time. Switch legs 1 more time. Grab onto that right leg. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Get another hamstring stretch. Take your left hand. Bring it to the outside of your right foot. Take it across your body just a little bit. Come back through center. Same hand, same leg, bring it to the arch of the foot, take it out to the side. Come back through center, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, grab onto your leg, scissor switch. We do the same thing to the other side. Grabbing the outside of the foot, taking it across your body. Oof, I am tight. But that's why we're here. And then come back through center switch. Open the leg to the side. You can also take a bend of the knee for a half happy baby variation for all my yoga people. And then come back through center, bring the legs into your chest. Rock out that lower back. We move into our lower lift. So from here, take an inhale. Exhale, legs come up to the ceiling. I want to aim for straighter legs here for everyone. So even if you've been working in tabletop, let's aim for straighter legs here. Even if they go from here to here. We're going to aim for stretch to the ceiling. Hands are going to stack one on top of the other behind the nape of your neck. From here, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. From here, we're going to lower the legs to 45 degrees, reach them a long way, and then lift them back up. We're not going to go as low, but I want you to get a lot of reach through the legs and scoop to lift up. Lengthen to lower and lift. Last time, lower and lift. Bend, lower down, rock your head side to side. So it's not necessarily about range of motion. It's more about accessing the inner workings of the body, right? And kind of understanding how we can deepen these exercises through our technique and not from number of reps or range of motion. So I would rather you do less reps that are very mindful and have great technique than a lot of reps where we all know about a third of them we kind of throw away when we do a lot of them. At least I do sometimes. All right, let's move into crisscross. We keep our hands stacked behind our head. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and hold. This one's going to be a touch spicy, but we'll still work our stretch. From here, you're going to twist your right armpit to your left knee. Now check your hips. Did they lift up? Get them back down on the mat. We just want that twist to come from the rib cage. And then come back through center. Twist to the other side, armpit to knee. Come back through center, we add the legs. Twist to your right, extend your left leg long. Now hold your twist, extend the right leg to the ceiling, bend it back in, switch sides. We split the legs, bend it in, and transition. And lift, and bend. Twist, lengthen, bend, and twist. Last set. And twist last time. Back through center. Keep the legs hugging into the chest. Arms can come out to a T, anywhere really. And we're going to take the legs over. Little supine twist here. Just breathe in to the stretch. Let it feel good. And then come back through center, all the way to the other side. Oh, I could fall asleep in this position. All right, come back through center, lengthen your legs long onto the mat. Take an inhale, bring your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, roll all the way up to seated. It's time for our spine stretch forward. Separate your legs the width of the mat. And you want to be seated right on top of your sits bones, those bony landmarks in your booty. If you feel your lower back rounding and feeling like you're reaching towards your toes, I want you to take a bend of the knees so that you can get a little more movement in your pelvis so that you can sit upright. We want the ring of the hips, the ring of the ribs, and the ring of the crown of the head lining up like concentric circles. I would rather your knees be bent and you have a nice long tall spine than your legs are straight and you're trying to reach and we're rounding and we're slouching and we're doing all things that defeat the purpose of the exercise. So whatever works for you, find that here. Flex your toes. This stretch concept stays. Lengthen the legs away. We want a lot of engagement through the legs here as we work our center. Arms come aligned with the shoulders. Roll your shoulders open and find a little press down on an imaginary table. This is going to widen your collarbones and get a little bit engagement into your side body. Take an inhale here. Exhale, you slide your arms forward as you heavy your head towards your mat. Think roll up. We lift the ribs to the ceiling like we're rounding over a wheel. We don't just sink. We have a lifted feeling in the center. And then we come all the way back up, bone by bone. Head is the last thing to come up. Take an inhale. Exhale, slide and dive. We round over an imaginary wheel. So find that lift of the waist to the ceiling. Feel the ribs draw further away from the hips. And then come all the way back up. 2 more times. Take an inhale. Exhale, slide forward. Glide the shoulder blades down the back and reach the fingertips long. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Last time here. Inhale. Exhale, slide forward. Drop the head and come all the way up to tall. Keep your arms where you are. Keep your arms where they are. Keep your abs nice and lifted, your spine nice and stable. You lift the arms up to the ceiling, circle them around, tap behind you, and then lift back up to your start position. Lift up and around, tap. Feel light in your seat. We never want to feel like we're bearing down. Lift up and around, tap, and lift up to the start position. Lower down, shake it out. We move right into our psoa. If you don't have enough room in your space, arms can come to a cactus or to bring your hands behind your head with wide elbows. Otherwise, meet me with your arms out in a T pose. Same feeling of pressing on an imaginary table. We take an inhale, lift the ribs from your hips. Exhale, twist towards the right. Your hips stay square to the front of your mat and we wring out the waist like a towel. We come back through center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, deepen your twist. And come back through center. Exhale, twist to your right. And center. One more like that, and then we hang out a little longer in our pose here. Exhale, twist to the right and hold. Can you reach your fingertips longer? Can you lift your ribs away from your hips more? Can you deepen your twist through that? Hold for 3, 2, 1. Come back through center. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Same thing. Reach, lift, deepen your twist for 3, 2, 1. Come back through center. Lower down, shake it out, and we'll transition into our prone position for swan. So we'll start lying down on our stomach. There's no graceful way to get there. Trust me, I've tried. And so options for legs. The wider the legs are, the more openness it'll be for your lower back. If you want more of a challenge, you can start to narrow the legs. If you're not sure, start with your legs wide and then play with the distance to see where your body is at today. Hands will stack one on top of the other. Bring your forehead to your hands. Starting with our swan prep. Let's start with our engagement here. From here, I want you to take an inhale to prep. On your exhale, lift your waist away from the mat and start to draw your pelvis down towards the floor so that the triangle of your bony hip points and your pubic bone press evenly into the mat. So abs are lifting and pelvis is pressing down. And then just release that and feel the difference. Take an inhale. Exhale, abs lift, and as the abs lift, it initiates a pelvic tilt of the pubic bone towards the floor. And then just release that. We're essentially taking the extremities out of our spine curvature, and we're finding a more neutral position on our back. Let's find that one more time. We lift the abs, we tilt the pelvis, find that engagement towards the floor. Now we add on, lift your head, hands, and heart up to a hover, swan. Now think less up and more reach forward. Reach your sternum forward and lift your abs to lift yourself up. And then lower down with control. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up. Keeping the feet down on the mat. And lengthen to lower down. Last time, lift up and hold. From here, take your hands away from your forehead. Bring them right by your armpits. And now press into your hands a little bit. Lift up higher. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Lower down with control. Take an inhale. Exhale, we lift up into our full swan. Lift the abs. Press into the hands a little bit. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lengthen to lower down. Let's try something a little different. We find our swan position. Now from here, bring your hands to a hover. Can you stay just as high? And then lower down with your hands floating. They return to the mat. Let's try that again. Lift on up. Find your swan. Lift your abs. Remove your hands. And then lower down with control. Press yourself back into a child's pose position. Option to take wider legs for more of a stretch in the inner legs, or you can zip the legs together for more of a release in the lower back. One more inhale here, one more exhale here, and then let's return back to our quadruped, our prone position. We're getting there for single leg kicks. We're going to slowly work our way up, so we'll find our Sphinx position. You'll come up onto your forearms. Make a fist with one hand, cup it with the other, and bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Now we're not chilling out watching Netflix here. I want you to press the mat away, find a long diagonal spine here. So abs are lifted away from the floor, hips are still down, and your legs are zipped together. So it's this long diagonal spine. Press the floor away. This is still an extension exercise. We want wide collarbone, sternum reaching through the shoulders, abs engage towards the spine. Take your right heel with the flexed foot, kick the heel towards your booty twice and lower it down. And switch, kick, kick, and switch, kick, kick, and switch, kick, kick, and switch. So we're activating the hamstrings and we're stabilizing our upper body. And our core keeps it all together, keeps both upper body and lower body connected, and allows us to move and stabilize both at the same time. Let's go 4, and 3, and 2. Last time. Lower down and set up for double leg kicks. Bring your right face cheek to the mat. Take your hands behind you, stack them one on top of the other, and walk your hands as high up your back as you can. Legs are zipped together. And we're down on the mat. Now both legs come together. We kick the heels towards the booty. 3, 2, 1. Lower the legs. Interlace the thumbs. Lift up into your swan as you reach the fingertips behind you. As we lower, we switch face cheeks. Kick, kick. 3, 2, 1. Press down, lift up. Same thing, swan, open chest. Lower down, switch. Kick, kick. 3, 2, 1. Press down, lift up. Lower down, last time here. Kick, kick. 3, 2, 1. Press down, lift up, and hold. Lift your legs up. Reach your arms long in front of you. Swim up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm regretting doing 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Press yourself back. Oh, find your child's pose. Hang on out. Blech. Sound effects welcome. Come out of your child's pose and surprise. It's time for audience participation. We have our leg series next, our side kick series, and you get to choose what we do. Do we want a hip focus or do we want a stretch focus? Both are great. Both are great. Side kicks are a favorite, I think, of everyone. There's so many different variations to side kick series. If you've taken class before, you have probably seen how creative some of the variations can get. I'll say we'll stick to some pretty classic stuff. But man, the sidekick series can get quite creative. I have done some wild things in this section of class. So what are we thinking? Vote in the chat. Do we want a more hip focus? Do we want a more stretchy stretch focus? Let me know. One of my favorite things about side kicks in general is that it's a very underrated core exercise. Everything that we do in our classic math series always comes back to your center. And there's a lot of exercises that we do where it can be kind of deceiving that it's actually a core exercise. Side kick series is a great example. I would even say scissors in the ab series is also a great example of something that is, it looks like something else, but it's actually always coming back to the core. So we're going to explore that a little bit, no matter what option we choose. So final chance to vote. Do we want hips? Do we want stretchy stretch for our leg series? All right, I'm seeing some choices. All right, I think we're going with stretchy. I like this. We've kind of developed a theme for the whole class together. That's very exciting. Love the collaboration, crew. All right, let's begin. So for our stretchy leg series, we're going to line up our whole body at the back edge of the mat. So we're a perfect-ish straight line. Options for your arms. You can lay on your bicep like a pillow. You can bend at the elbow and support your head in your hand. Either way works well. Top hand is going to come in front of your chest. Not too far forward, not too far back, just right in front of your sternum works just fine. From here, lift your legs up, bring them forward to the front edge of the mat so that we look like a little check mark. Just briefly take that top hand away and I want you to bring your hand to your hip. Where's your hip located? Are we hanging out a little back? Are we hanging out a little forward? No matter where we are, I want you to find your top and bottom hip perfectly aligned so that if someone was standing above you, they would only see one hip. They're in a perfect alignment. And then if someone was looking at you from the side, they would see that they're perfectly stacked one on top of the other. That's what we want to maintain the whole time, and that's a challenge in our leg series. And you know what helps us keep that stack of the hips? The lift of our core. So I want you to feel the legs lengthening away from each other. Your side body feels really light on the mat here, like you could just lift off at any moment. Feel that hug towards center to help stabilize the hips. We begin with our first side kick series exercise. Take your top leg, lift it up to a hover just where your hips are. Flex the foot, feel that reach through the leg. You're going to draw it forward, kick the foot twice towards your face, and then point, reach it back behind you. As you reach the leg back, reach that top arm forward and find a stretch. And then lower the arm back down as the leg transitions front, kick it towards your face, kick it towards your face. Lengthen, reach back, find a stretch. Keep lifting your core away from the floor. Lower, kick, kick, point, and reach. Oh, this feels so good. Last time, kick, kick, point, and reach. Come back through center, lower the leg down for a moment. You're going to lift the leg up to a little hover. Point your toe and wrap the inner thigh so that you have some external rotation, kind of like a little dancer. From here, you're going to bend the knee, find a little passe. Extend the leg to the ceiling, option to grab the leg and pull it towards you. With control, you release the leg, lengthen the foot away from you, back to your start position. 2 more times, point, lengthen, flex, reach the leg away, lots of length here. Last time here, and lift. Maybe we grab and pull, and then stretch it long. Bicycle, we find that internal rotation, same stack from the start of our leg series here. We move into our bicycle. Swing the leg forward. Bend the knee into your chest, grab onto your ankle, and then pull the knee behind you, find a quad stretch. Heel towards booty, find some hip extension. Then we return back to that diagonal stretch. The leg reaches behind you as you reach the top arm forward. Swing the leg in front. Bend it, catch the ankle, find your quad stretch. Don't let the abs go. Don't let the leg sink towards the floor. Keep everything nice and lifted. Swing it front 2 more times. We find that quad stretch. Reach it behind you. Last time. Stretcheroo and reach. Bring yourself back through center. Bend your knees into your chest. Let's do a little mermaid transition here. Press up onto your side. Whichever leg you did, we're going to do the other side. I don't care which side. Either way, we're going to find a mermaid position here. You can keep the knees stacked like I am, or you can come to a more triangle position with the legs. Either way, the arm that's away from your legs that are stacked, the top arm comes up to the ceiling. You take an inhale. Exhale, find a side bend over. And then come all the way back up to tall. Take an inhale. Exhale, side bend. And come all the way back up. Last time, side bend and hold. If you'd like, bend the elbow. Let gravity take you a little bit more. Feel the stretch. Open the side body. Come all the way back up. Come to lie on your forearm. Stretch away. And then we'll just transition to our other side. All right. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is very good for the hips as well. So we're kind of doing a little bit of everything with this leg series. All right. Because there's a lot of stability that needs to happen through the abductors here in our hips to keep the leg where it is. So finding that position, we're going to lift that leg up, lengthen it long. So find that reach, find that stability through the hip. Keep light on your lower half here. As we move the leg, we don't want to sink, right? We don't want to bear down towards the floor. Feel light on the mat. Here we go. We swing the leg forward, kick, kick, point, reach it back, take the arm forward, diagonal stretch. Bring it down, kick, kick, point, reach it back. Kick, kick, point, reach it back. Last time. How long can you get on this last one? Bring the leg back through center. We lift the leg up to a hover, point the toe, wrap the inner thigh to find that external rotation. Bend the knee in passe. Extend the leg to the ceiling. Maybe you grab it, give it a pull. Same thing like in single leg circle. When you release the leg, try and keep the leg where it is first before you lower it down. Control where the leg goes. Bend the leg in. Extend. Lengthen it down. Last time, bend it in. Extend. Reach it long down. We go for our stretchy bicycle. Lift the leg up. We swing it front. Knee to chest. Heel to booty. Quad stretch. Take it back behind you. Lengthen the ribs from the hips. And swing. Quad stretch. So there's a lot of control in this exercise. There's a lot going on. And the whole while, we want to make sure that not much is changing through the body, that we're not really, that we want to feel very in control here. So if you don't feel like you're in control and you're shifting side to side, or you just feel a little off balance, try to find that centering, find that magnetic midline through your body and connect to that. This is your final one here. We stretch it long And then bring everything back in. Press yourself up for mermaid on the other side. All right. Taking that top arm lifted up. Take an inhale. Exhale, find your side bend. Take your arm lifted up. Exhale, side bend. Ah, this feels so good. I love side bending. Last time, take an inhale. Exhale, side bend and hold. If you want, drop the elbow. Make sure that you're finding that true side, like you're sandwiched between two panes of glass. And then come all the way back up. Come onto that forearm. Find your counter stretch. All right. Let's come lie down on our back. It's teaser time. Woohoo! So the way that we do teasers on this live stream is that we do it video game style. We go level 1, level 2, level 3, and beyond. We're going to start with our hands under our thighs, legs in tabletop. As we move through these levels, you do not have to take any version that does not serve you today. If you're happy with level 1 and you want to work on your level 1, you continue to do that through our teaser series. If you're like, oh, teaser, this level 3 one, I want to do a couple more times, choose that. Meet your body where it's at, find your challenge today. Hands are going to come behind your thighs. Press your thighs and hands together. Find that reach with the legs. That's going to help you get up into that V shape. Take an inhale. Exhale, just find your Pilates curl and hold. I want you to feel how eventually you're going to come through this curl up into your teaser position here. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl through your curl, come all the way up into your teaser. Open your chest at the top. Draw your waist back. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Keep that tension on your thighs as you round all the way back down to the mat. Level 1 done. Level 2, we remove the hands, tabletop legs. There's my tabletop. I like having a camera. Take an inhale. Exhale, we come through our curl. Reach for your toes and hold. Open your chest at the top. And then we find that C curve as we roll away from the legs. From here, option to straighten the legs, heels together, toes apart. That same stretch of the legs away. Take an inhale. Exhale, we roll up, find our V shape. Open the chest at the top, reach for your toes. Keep your toes where they are, roll away. You continue to reach for them. Bend your knees into your chest for a moment. This is our grand finale. I'm going to take level 4, legs all the way down, and then everything folds up into a V at once. Take whichever teaser suits you today for your grand finale. Make this your best one yet. Take an inhale. Feel that reach through the legs. Exhale, curl up into your shape. Reach, reach, reach. This is all about the reach. We hold for 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down in one piece and hug your knees into your chest. Rock yourself up to seated. Let's close with a flowy front support. And then we'll be ready for our weekend. Well, the last portion of our weekend. All right, standing at the back edge of your mat, heels together, toes apart in your Pilates stance. Feeling nice and long and tall, taking everything that we've been working on off of the mat into our vertical stance to walk out the door into our day. It's a very poetic ending, right, for our class today. With that, let's take an inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Think of your forward fold as your standing roll up, and how does that change it? Walk your hands out into a plank position. Your feet will stay in that Pilates stance. Whichever plank you choose, hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Pike your hips up to the ceiling, down dog, and walk your hands back to meet your feet. Slowly roll all the way up to tall, bone by bone. Head is the last thing to come up. we go right into number 2. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands out into your plank position. You either hold this position or take 3 push-ups. Here we go for 3 and 2. Last one. Pike your hips up to the ceiling. We have a little twist here. Walk your feet to your hands. Lift your abs to create space for your feet to move into. Find your forward fold at the top of your mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll all the way up to tall. We go into our last one. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your feet back out into your plank. Option to hold or take 4 push-ups. Here we go for 4 and 3, 2, last one. Pike your hips up to the ceiling. Bend one knee, then the other. Let it feel good. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Slowly roll all the way up to tall. And you are ready for the rest of your day. Good job, everyone. I hope you enjoyed class today. I had a lot of fun. I really thought it was cool that we set our own theme for class today. That was really exciting. If you enjoyed it as much as I did, please let me know about it. Like I said at the beginning of class, this is part of a user test Pilates class series where I'm experimenting with different ways to make this more engaging and interesting for you all. And I would love to hear what you think about what we did today. So there's a QR code you can scan to access the less than 5-minute survey to get your feedback. I've also put the bit.ly link above my head, if you couldn't see it, that you can access a short survey to fill out to let me know what you thought. Thank you so much for participating. I hope you've been enjoying this series. I am looking forward to live streaming classes a lot more. I have about 3 more left in this series, 3 or 4 more left. Let me see if I can do math. I'm a Pilates instructor, so we do a very different type of math. I have 4 classes left. So I have my next class that I'm going to be streaming will be this Wednesday, this coming Wednesday at 7:30. And then we'll take a little break because we have a little holiday here in the States. And then after that, we have 2 or 3 more in December. So really excited to keep playing with these. And the more feedback you provide me, I'm actively making changes to these classes as I get your feedback. So you can help change the next few classes with your feedback. So if that entices you even more to fill out the survey, please do. It's been really an absolute pleasure to be able to move with you. And of course, if you ever have any questions or would like to connect with me further, you can follow me on Instagram at MoveWSarah, or you can follow me on YouTube or Twitch. Thank you everyone for being here. I will add all of these links into the chat once I'm able to get to my computer, and hopefully I see you in the next class. Thank you everyone. Have a great day. Great job. Bye.
Woo, honey. We have some people.
Woohoo. Thank you everyone. Bye.